Because we just had a, hold on, let me get it, man. All right, come on. We just had the eclipse. I didn't watch that shit. But it did get me thinking. Excuse me. It did get me thinking, though. Got me thinking a lot. I started doing a little research, as I always do. And I realized I just lost my fucking blunt. Man, hold on, wait a minute. This whole shit fucked up. Where the fuck am I going? Man, come on, quit playing with me. Alright, we had to cancel this whole video. Hold on, man. So. Once upon a time, there was a blunt. And it was good. But now the motherfucker, yo, I lost the whole blunt? I knew I wasn't tweaking. Hold on, this ain't right. All right, hold on, we good. All right, what up? All right, so, yes. So we had the eclipse. I'm watching this, I'm thinking. I'm looking at what's going on with Aries. Thinking about the 13th zodiac. I'm thinking about how all of the signs got pushed back into their own, into the previous sign. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about this. I'm observing Aries. I'm thinking about my first video, why I hate Pisces. Thinking about the things that I said in the Pisces video. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about the list that I wrote out of all of the Pisces traits that I hated, right? I'm sitting there thinking about this shit. I'm like, I don't really see Pisces doing these things as much as now as I'm seeing Aries do these things. And I'm like, is this supposed to be like this? Like, am I the only one noticing this? And then, like, I'm watching Pisces get more mature and cutting people off that's bad for them and making better decisions. I'm watching Pisces slowly turn into an Aquarius and tell me that I'm right more and more. And then I look up and I'm watching the Aries trip and fall, you know what I'm saying, getting car accidents, motherfuckers homeless, motherfucking breaking up, going to jail. I'm like, wait, hold on, what the fuck going on with Aries? I look back over at Pisces. Pisces is turning into Aquarius, cutting motherfuckers off, not picking up the phone, ghosting motherfuckers. Pisces is they got the Saturn return going right now. Pisces is like literally, I try to stay out the fuck other way. I'm like, damn, you can't even find Pisces right now. But I am seeing a lot of Aries. I'm seeing a lot of Aries do a lot of dumb shit. And ironically, we got this damn solar eclipse going on, and I'm watching it. I'm watching the solar eclipse. I'm not physically watching it, you know, in my inner mind. I'm thinking about it. I'm watching the moon going in front of the sun and shit, you know. I mean, it's, you know, you get dark outside and shit. I'm watching it get dark, and I'm like, wait a minute. So, you mean to tell me that 13th zodiac is here, right? Motherfuckers ain't acting off this shit. Motherfuckers are still telling themselves they their original side, right? Especially you deal with Aries. I am. Try to explain to Aries, you a Pisces that they said all the way, I think it was from March 11th all the way up to like April 18th. You know what I'm saying? So like literally like all of the motherfucking Aries got Thanos. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, even I think a lot of the I think it's only like 1 day left, 1 maybe 2 days left of Aquarius too. Like a lot of other signs only had maybe like 1 to 2 days left. Like, so like literally damn near all of the Aries have now transitioned into Pisces. I'm watching it get dark outside, some motherfucking solar eclipse. And I'm like, okay, wait. Ain't nobody operating off 13 zodiac. So ain't nobody operating off this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's for the demon. You go watch my other video, Demon Time. I was talking about that. Right? So I'm thinking, I'm watching, I'm looking at it dark. I'm thinking about Aries. I'm thinking about Pisces. I'm thinking about the retrograde from Aries going back to Pisces, right? And I'm like, hold on, this is deeper. This is way deeper than it sounds on the surface. Because when you actually think about it, any other sign that this could have happened to is you can leave like, okay, wait, hold on. I'm a Virgo, I'm a Leo now. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying? I'm a Libra, but I'm a Virgo now at 13. So like you got people still, right? People still processing this shit. People still ain't fully accepting this. This is even though that's scary in any other dynamic. You be like, okay, I'm third house, but now I'm going to second house. Okay, I'm ninth house, but I'm going to eighth house. You know, okay. But when you really stop and think about first house going all the way the fuck back to 12th house, that's the biggest fucking leap in the whole shit. You gotta think about that, Joe. Like when Christ say that the first shall be last, and the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. Like Aries went all the way fucking back, Joe. Like you gotta think about this shit, Joe. Like it's one thing to transition from like, your house to the previous house, but like, and then mind you, they did that too, but like they went all the way the fuck back to 12 house. Like that's like a huge fucking leap. Like ain't nobody else took no leap like that in the zodiac spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Most people ain't even putting out this type of content in the first place. Like, most people ain't even think about this. You know what I'm saying? So like when I think about that, I'm looking at Aries. I'm looking at Kyrie Irving. Like you look at the situation like with Kyrie Irving a couple months back. You know what I'm saying? He was in a great position. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he started tweeting out shit about, the black Hebrew Israelite and all that type of shit. And then next thing you know, like his whole fucking career, like they traded him to the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? They took a huge loss with that. Mark Cuban took a huge loss bringing Kyrie Irving to the match. So I'm saying, now they ain't even in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, Brooklyn, they losing to Philly. They down 3 games. They probably about to get eliminated. You know what I'm saying? But at least they in the damn playoff. Like, he could have stayed there. At least he would have been in the playoffs. They would have had at least an opportunity to at least try to advance through the playoffs as he was there. Like, he ain't even in the playoffs now. Like, you see what I'm saying? And mind you, they talking about trading him again. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't even got the defensive strategy that they even need. So, mind you, he lost his deal with Nike. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other telling what other type of endorsements or deals that, you know what I'm saying, we never even heard about. But, like, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to go to L.A. And my Aries thinking Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, well, I'm buzzing on the internet with all of this, black empowerment, Hebrew Israelite shit I'm talking about. If I go to L.A., I'll be a superstar. They're like, no, we're going to send your ass to Dallas, where he was sick. You know what I'm saying? And didn't pull the amount of money that they paid. It wasn't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? So when I look at the situation, like, I ask myself, okay, like, what the fuck was he thinking? Because this shit Aries, I am. It's like I am. You know what I'm saying? So how do I say this? Like, if you a person that's I am, right? First house. And then you think about 12th house, which is like, I believe, you know what I'm saying? Which is like almost codependency. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about Pisces with codependency issues. You know what I'm saying? Versus Aries with narcissistic issues. So I'm saying, and then you got like a total narcissist motherfucker transition into a motherfucker with codependency issues. So I'm saying, and you like, wait a minute, hold on. That's like a huge quantum leap in that when I look at somebody like Kyrie Irving putting himself out there like, yeah, like, these are my views unapologetically. These are my views. I'm burning sage. My child is named Elohim, and you know what I'm saying, my wife is all into spiritual. Like, he's unapologetically weird. You know what I'm saying? But then you turn around and he wants to get validated, you know what I'm saying, by the people that he's talking to. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is what I'm saying. It's like that transition is why I'm watching a lot of the Aries in right now. It's like literally right there, trying to find the identity between who I am and being validated like a motherfucking Pisces. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's some like tripolar, super bipolar type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm constantly watching these Aries make horrible decisions. You know, I look up, I see Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes, you know what I'm saying, Hollywood movie star. You know what I'm saying? She did a couple teen movies back in the day, early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? She it's called Running Down the Street, butt ass naked in Hollywood. You know what I'm like, wait, hold on, what? Like, I'm working like, yeah, me and her, everything was good. Then all of a sudden, she just left for a day, and then she broke up with me, and then she was found running down the street, butt naked in Hollywood. Relapsed, went back to a mental institution. You know what I'm saying? Now, they didn't let her out the hospital, you know what I'm saying? And she walking around Hollywood doing whatever it is she do, you know what I'm saying? But like, okay, why are you running down the street butt ass naked? You know what I'm saying? And you ask her, she'll tell you, okay, yeah, I had a little mental episode with my health issues, shit like this. And I'm like, okay, well, shit, if you know what you're doing, why the fuck can you do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a long time ago, I remember Martin spazzed out in Hollywood and like he went crazy and he went on stage and joked and did some jokes about talking about he was smoking some bad weed. Now, do I believe it was bad weed? No, I do not believe it was, I believe he would have did that shit whether he was on drugs or not. So I'm saying I believe like people like Amanda Bynes, something like that, like people like her, you know what I'm saying, might blame shit like that on drugs, but ultimately like it's not the drug. Like you would be doing this shit even if you wasn't on drugs or not. Like, you know what I'm saying, doing it based on the transition we going through right now. Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm noticing these patterns in like all different types of areas, whether they're on drugs or not. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting there watching Jamie Foxx, man, he's not an Aries, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm watching what he going through with, you know what I'm saying, with the production, you know what I'm saying, with Netflix. Like I said, they packed up the shit and just kept moving. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the time we in right now, that shit is understood. You know what I'm saying? So you got like Aries thinking about the self, not understanding like, trying to figure out how to be a team player on a team that don't really give a fuck about them as much as they think. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers don't really give a fuck. You replaceable as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like Aries come in and thinking, they the star and shit like that. But like what they're finding out is that like, yo, you're going to need like a more Piscean way of looking at things moving forward, especially through Pluto in motherfucking Aquarius. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, this is hard as hell. I can see like this is hard as hell for Aries to do that shit. It's like, Joe, you're not as much of a star as you actually think you are. It's like this is what the realization that they come into. You know what I'm saying? Like I look up, I see Redman. Redman was supposed to be on Power. You know what I'm saying? They put him in, I think maybe like two, maybe 3 episodes, something like that. Turn around, look up, they replaced his whole character. So I'm saying, I've been waiting my whole life to see Red like acting on TV like in a serious role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he finally got it. You know what I'm saying? Look up, they drop him off the show. You're like, okay, why did they drop Redman off the show? Because he didn't want to get back. He didn't want to take the vaccine. Just like Kyrie Irving, he didn't want to take the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up losing that whole deal to some no-name actor. Ain't no telling what other kind of opportunities that would have opened up for him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you look at it like, well, I'm not going to take the vaccine. Mind you, I'm not here to judge if you take the vaccine or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people feel, got their own reservations about the I got vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Did I regret it? No, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I never even end up catching COVID anyway, but I'm still alive. Obviously, I'm still here. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody I know, like my parents, my family, all the motherfuckers got vaccine. They still alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like, when you look at the situation like Redman in, like his career, it's like, Joe, that was the move. Like, that wasn't just him turning down power. That was like a life changing decision that he made, you know what I'm saying, by him doing that. But all by choosing not to get vaccinated. Like, you know what I'm saying? That didn't just affect, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, maybe he do something, know something I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And like, that was his decision. Like I said, I'm not here to judge him for that decision, but I just look at, like I say right now, like you think of him as an Aries, that's probably something that he probably been waiting for his whole life to get on a TV series with millions of people watching it, you know what I'm saying, and finally get a slot on there and then fuck around and, you know what I'm saying, get replaced after 3 episodes. You know what I'm saying? You look at the situation with Kyrie Irving, I see the same type of shit. I'm like, Joe, like, what the fuck is you thinking? Like, mind you, because there's a whole culture of like people not getting vaccinated, especially black folks not getting vaccinated. Like I told mine, I totally get that. I'm not here to like down talk on this because I totally get that shit. But at the same time, Joe, like, if you in the industry already where you done took losses after losses, like ain't no telling what type of losses that like Redman took up to this point in his life, and for him to get that close to a career and life changing role like that, and then turn around and just do that shit over something like that, it's like, Joe, that like shit like that don't make sense. I look up, I see Martin Lawrence just got the Hollywood Star fame. They just gave him Hollywood Star fame. So I'm saying, like, when I saw him, I was like, man, he looked a lot better. Because, like, for a while, he was looking fucked up. He was looking bloated. He was looking sick. Like, he had diabetes, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I saw him on the Hollywood. He got his Stars fame. I think it was yesterday, maybe. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, he actually looked good. You know what I'm saying? So I could see, like, my things like Eddie Murphy, the stuff Eddie Murphy been recently going through. Like, he been having a real good comeback for the past, like, maybe 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? So with Netflix, you know what I'm saying? The deal he got with Netflix, he did Coming to America. He did You People. He did Dolomite. You know what I'm saying? So like he been slowly, you know what I'm saying, getting some momentum. So like I can see how the accomplished Aries, like the Aries who already who done ran through their whole, who done did their whole run and basically walked away from it. Right now they getting the acknowledgement that they deserve to get. But then you got these like even look at Lady Gaga right now. Like Lady Gaga been doing music probably for I don't know, damn, for years now, and she transitioned over to film now. She got a role with Harley Quinn. I'm sure she'll be successful. Whether that movie is, I'm sure she'll be successful in that role. Whether that movie is a success or a failure. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like you see somebody like her who done put in like hella fucking work in that regard, actually transitioning into a bigger role. You got these other type of areas like that, like Kylie said, like Kyrie Irving, so like him, he's not accomplished like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And feeling entitled and moving his ways, like, no, the universe is gonna push you into a Pisces quick as hell. Like, it's like, nah, like that shit do not work no more in these times. You know what I'm saying? Aries is I'm watching Aries constantly come to that realization, like, you are not fucking Martin Lawrence, bro. You are not Eddie Murphy. You did not put in that much work. You know what I'm saying? You did not put in that much work. And regardless of what you think, you can tell you can beat on your chest, all that shit like that. It was like, Joe, a lot of Aries is actors. Like, you are not really who you portraying yourself to be. It's a fucking act. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't me, motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you get on this channel, I would say about 97% of what you dealing with me is me. It's not an act. It's like, Joe, it's just me. Right? I get up, walk around this motherfucker right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Show you my whole career. I'll walk you through this whole motherfucker right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of what you get with me is me. Now, right, a lot of it is, entertainment to a certain extent. So I'm saying, but for the most part, it's unapologetically me. I'm not on here trying to portray myself that something that I learned, somebody else in there try to spin that shit on here like I'm the one that came up with it. Like no, nigga, like no, I did not come up. I tell y'all all the time, I did not come up with about 90% of the shit that I come on. There's some shit that I read, some shit that's I'll give you the reference. The Aries that had you sitting there thinking that like the shit that they kicking is some shit that they didn't came up with they motherfucking self. It's like, no, motherfucker, you was up watching videos and reading books just like everybody else, but they try to put their own stamp on it and change the narrative. Like, okay, no, this is the actual narrative. Like, no, that is not the narrative, nigga. That's just a fucking Aries trying to be their own little creative superstar. And what I'm trying to tell you right now, like, time is up on that shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers is Pisces now. Y'all didn't literally transition all the way from the first house all the way back to the 12th house. That's why the fuck y'all going through the shit y'all going through right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to wake the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because like I didn't even know Aries. Like, of all the signs that I knew the least about, it was kind of, I would say Aries. I've said that multiple times on the channel. I didn't really know a lot about Aries. You know what I'm saying? Virgo was the other one before that. Like, I didn't really know a lot about Virgo before I got into a shot. Even after I got into it, it took years for me to figure out Aries and Virgo. You know what I'm saying? But like, now that I've studied Aries enough to the point where I understand that shit, I can see like transition from first house to 12th house is gonna be detrimental to a lot of y'all. Like, a lot of y'all motherfuckers just not gonna make it. I can see that shit. Like, that whole take mine, I'm gonna take mine, I'm gonna get mine, I'm gonna do me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you gotta understand what Pisces do not fuck with Aries at all. Like you gotta say, man, like it's only so many like what they call that shit, like like the Vikings against the Bears, like a rivalry. It's only so many actual rivalries in astrology. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally one of the biggest rivalries in astrology is fucking Aries and Pisces. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least literally at the tail end and the beginning of the zodiac. And like you jump from that to that. It's like, Joe, man, please. Y'all need to, if you know an Aries, call on them motherfuckers to check on their ass because they going through it. I promise you, they've been in the hospital, they've been homeless, they've been living in their car, they've been in jail, they done broke up with their girl, whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? This eclipse is like this eclipse is about to either kill or like force a lot of Aries into like a whole new area that like they have no idea what it's like literally a Pisces. It's like literally being trapped, like knowing you're not a Pisces, being trapped inside the body of a Pisces, looking outward looking through the eyes of a Pisces, knowing you like I am not myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and mind you, what y'all don't know is y'all got a Saturn return coming in the next 3 years, 2026. Y'all got a Saturn return coming. It's gonna get worse. You see what I'm saying? And like the shit that Pisces is going through right now, you see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of Aries is going through what Pisces used to constantly go through, and they're like coming back and have to apologize. Like, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that. Okay, you were right. I should have listened to you. Well, Aries run off, do some impulsive shit, and then realize later on that whoever they did that impulsive shit to was warning them not to do that, and then they ended up in jail or in hospital or fucking whatever the situation was. Then they got to come back and apologize and say that that they was wrong, and like that's hard as fuck for a lot of Aries to do. To admit, first of all, to admit that they was wrong. Second of all, to even I mean, really didn't even see that they was wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that, like, like a lot of times, Aries get away with shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the universe don't be paying attention like that under the first, when you know what I'm saying, back in the old system of things. Now that this new system, it's like, nah, nigga, like, that shit ain't gonna work because don't nobody give a fuck about you the way you think. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, it's so much crazy shit going on right now. Like, the shit you think you own is not as, it's not as potent as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on some crazy shit right now. Like, you ain't the only motherfucker on crazy shit. So it's like, by the time you come around with that shit, like, motherfuckers be looking like, oh, man, that motherfucker Steve. Like, you, man, you gotta understand, Joe. Like the shit. Virgos is going crazy right now. Like, you think about the shit, what's his name? Jonathan Taylor going through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit he going through, losing all his role. Like, Virgos is going crazy right now during this transition. Also, Leos is taking huge L's right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Aries, the L's y'all taking is not as much of a priority right now. It's not. Like, compared to the other shit motherfuckers got going on. Especially the fact that you've been chaotic for a way longer time than the losses that other motherfuckers is taking right now. Like, okay, shit changing. So, oh, shit, the Leo taking a loss. Like, I ain't used to seeing Leos taking a loss. Like, hold on, wait, the Leo taking a loss? Like, yeah, Sagittarius taking a loss. We're like, oh, shit, this is new shit. Hold on, let me help them out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Taurus is winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but the Libras, yeah, Libras taking a loss right. They're like, hold on, I ain't really used to seeing Libras take a loss. This kind of interesting. But hold on, let me hit up the Libras, my Libra friend, see what's good. You say in the middle, you end up the Libra friend, you got the Aries motherfucker, like, hey, I'm fucked up. I'm in jail. I need you to go get me. Like, oh man, that's the same old shit this motherfucker been doing for the past 10, 15 years. Like, you say, that nigga on season 19 of that shit. Like, this only season 1 or season 2 of the new drama that's unfolding. Like, you know what I'm saying? The Aries drama old as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, the loss y'all taking right now, the universe really don't give a fuck. It's like, don't give a fuck. Nigga, that nigga been fucking taking, like motherfuckers do not give a fuck. They say judge a man by the fruit or the tree. You really look at that fruit or the Aries tree, like, really, as okay, like, what the fuck fruit? Any fruit that grow on the tree, the motherfuckers gonna snatch that shit off right before it even, like you said, like, they snatch that shit off. Like, right now, you look outside, you got crab, what they call it, crab barrels, like, where the vegetables first start growing on the tree. Like, these motherfuckers already be picking off the motherfucking tree before the shit even grow into a motherfucking full fruit. Ain't shit accomplished. Like, Aries don't accomplish shit like that in the way that it's easily recognizable. Like, you would think in the way that they think of shit, like, they would be doing shit that would be totally recognizable by, like, a lot of people can see it. Like, okay, wow, that is there. You know what I'm saying? And see a growth in that. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't be doing that shit. Like, it be the same. Like, these motherfuckers had their own perception of what accomplishment is or what success is. Like, Joe, that's not success. Like, okay, what is it? Like, and literally change the whole definition of success. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just to fit they fucking narrative. Aries will constantly change whatever the fuck the narrative. You go, okay, look, this is the narrative. They be like, no, that ain't the narrative. This is the fucking narrative. Like, Joe, no, that's not the narrative, nigga. This is the, like, especially you dealing with a fixed sign like motherfucking Aquarius or Taurus. Like, they're like, oh, that motherfucking stubborn as fuck. Like, no, that nigga's not stubborn. That nigga's actually spitting the facts. You just trying to shift and change the motherfucking facts around. Shit being established, like, you think about religious order. Certain religious order, certain spiritual systems and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers are Aries to come along just to say, oh no, that ain't that. That's some bullshit. That's this. You be like, oh, that shit's been around for about a good 3,000-4,000 years. It's pretty intact. You be like, no, fuck that. That is some bullshit, and that's they trying to use that shit to control you, and you blind, and I can see the shit better than you, and that's why your ass is a motherfucking slave, and I'm out here living free when I vote. Joe, you literally living in a fucking mental institution, homeless in the back seat of a motherfucking car, and your fucking girl just dumped you, and you got court next week, nigga, for that stupid shit you did last week. The fuck? How the fuck? Why the fuck? Like what? You just got the fuck out the hospital. Ain't these your fucking pill? Ain't this your medication over here, motherfucker? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these motherfuckers literally turning into Pisces and telling you that you a slave and being controlled by some fucking invisible conspiracy narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or like, man, let's look at shit Kyrie Irving talk about. It's like, Joe, you out here, you ain't even in the playoffs. At least with a championship, first get a fucking ring before you start walking motherfuckers down the road. You ruining your life. You want other people out here kicking in the shit you kicking. Did you tell them that the shit you gonna kick is gonna ruin their motherfucking life? No, you did not tell them that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta watch who you fucking listen to. Motherfuckers that send your ass off. You imagine how many other people fucking run around kicking that shit. Like Kyrie Irving kicking, got fired from their motherfucking job, that type of shit. It's like, Joe, you ain't even win a trophy yet. Like, I can see if Eddie Murphy or fucking Martin Lawrence got up there and was kicking that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? These accomplished motherfucking actors. Like, you ain't even accomplished. And you a fucking basketball player. Like, you ain't a politician. You ain't even an actor. You know what I'm saying? it's a childlike energy about Aries, and they're like, you know what I'm saying, when you can only hold them motherfucker accountable so much, and they're like, they literally like children. So you think about childlike mind transitioning back into 12th house, and nigga, that shit is a deadly combination. So because you already think about like Pisces already kind of immature, but just in a different way, and they're like, they don't have no fucking accountability, and like they live in a fucking dream world. Aries live in a dream world too, but it's different in that they are unapologetically childlike. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like a Pisces be kind of apologetically childlike. And then like they kind of understand that the world is fucked up and they live in this little fantasy. Like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of like be more introverted. It's another thing to be extroverted. You know what I'm saying? And be childlike. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a deadly combination. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's when the victim shit, like Aries right now probably feeling like they victim, like they some type of victim. But it's like, Joe, how you a victim when you did this shit to yourself? If you first house and everything is I am and everything starts with you, why are you sitting around blaming everybody? Like, you literally have nobody else to blame. And they're like, you put this, if this your movie, you're saying that we all co-stars in your movie. This your movie, we all co-stars in it. You have literally nobody else to be upset at other than your motherfucking self. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm the co-star, you know what I'm saying? You gave me this role in your movie. Like, if you argue with motherfuckers in your movie, it's your movie, and you sitting there arguing with the motherfuckers, like, Joe, you gave them that role in your movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you, what the fuck you mad for? You gave them that role. You know what I'm saying? So, is it them or is it you? Especially when you transitioning from first house to 12th house. Motherfuckers gonna take a lot. You think about Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, right? He just, you know, he got his case dropped. He had to pay a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But he just got his case dropped. He killed a woman. You know what I'm saying? He said it was on accident, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? You think about the loss he just took. They just set up shop to start filming the same fucking movie again. Hello, man. Y'all wild. Like, they started the movie over again. You know what I'm saying? After the lady died. You know what I'm saying? He knew if he didn't get that shit, mind that shit's still gonna end up ruining his fucking career. But like, he knew if he didn't finish that movie, his career was gonna be over anyway. But like, you would stop and think that like, Joe, something like that would at least make them shut down the motherfucking movie and just start a new movie. So like, he's like, no, like under the motherfucking Aries mind, moving into 12 hours, he can't perceive how the production looked, like how that shit looked. Like, so who the fuck gonna go see that movie? Like, you know what I'm saying? You think about the type of backlash on what's it called, Rust? When that shit actually come out. You think about what the fuck Jonathan Taylor going through right now with the MCU. They just dropped his ass from an army commercial. This motherfucker just killed a fucking woman. He's still trying to put the movie out. He's like, you could have just wrote that shit off on your motherfucking taxes and took the write-off and took the loss and just started a whole different production with some other shit. Like, this nigga can't even see that far. I'm like, Joe, exactly, career over with anyway. Why the fuck would you still try to put this as an Aries, not being in tune? Like, this ain't 1980 fucking, this ain't even 2000 no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way that social media work, man, just by the time you figure out what the fuck that shit is, that should be already updated. The next day, they got some whole new shit. You don't know what the fuck. You be like, wait, hold on. I thought I had this shit figured out. They got some whole new shit just that quick. You know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker like Alec Baldwin, motherfucking Aries like that, like, they still moving off the old. Like, man, you think about what Warner Brothers going through. Like, Warner Brothers put out DC movies. Like, you know what I'm saying? They put out a Shazam movie just recently. That was another. It was a great movie. You know what I'm saying? But it was corny as fuck. Like, a lot of it was corny. But, like, you think about the old Hollywood movie blueprints. Like, that shit don't work. Like, you think about like Warner Brothers superhero movies. You think about Sony superhero movies. Like, you go watch fucking Morbius. You know, or you go watch Shazam 2. Or you go watch like one of these movies, these superhero movies that got the old blueprint. Like, even Venom had like the old Hollywood blueprint. You know what I'm saying? That like that motherfuckers still be putting like Warner Brothers still be putting out like these, like when they did Matrix 4. Like, it was decent, but like you be like, Joe, why are all these movies like the same? It's got the same formula. You know what I'm saying? Because they still stuck on these old formulas. You know what I'm saying? When you got motherfuckers like Netflix putting out content. Yeah, remember Netflix put out the Marvel fucking Daredevil, Punisher, what was that shit? All them little TV shows that Disney eventually picked up, that Disney's about to fuck up right now. You know what I'm saying? Because like Netflix, companies like Netflix got that formula. Like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they got the formulas. Man, that shit is kind of growing old now though too. But they got the formula. They got the new formula. And then, like, they basically, like they said the other day, they gave Chris Evans like $56 million. You know what I'm saying? For all, 12 or however many movies he did. Like, he got over $50 million for that shit. These are the type of contracts, movies, and shit they sign right now. You look at the fuck DC did with Henry Cavill, dude to play Superman. The reason they fucked that whole franchise up is because they didn't have the same type of deals that Marvel had, being able to sign these actors to multi film deals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they still working on it. Like, Warner Brothers still working on the old system. And like Aries, a lot like Hollywood is in that same regard. And then like they have total new like AI generated scripts and shit like that. Like totally new shit in Age of Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius. It's like Aries ain't gonna wrap their mind around this. Aries out here still doing the same tricks. Basically down there like a Taurus. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, they out here thinking like under the old Warner Brothers script. Like Joe, not realizing like, Joe, you look like the latest fucking movie that just fucking flopped. And they're like you see like these movies come out, they put like $100 million into that shit. And then like they only pay like fucking $9 million, be the motherfucker gonna see that shit. And like that looks a certain way now. Like, so I'm saying, it's like Aries is starting to look like that right now. It's like when I think of Alec Baldwin, I'm like, Joe, why is this motherfucker still alive, Joe? Like, you still alive putting out movie? Who the fuck is going to see Alec Baldwin movie? Really? Like, motherfuckers are sick of seeing fucking Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. Don't nobody want to see that shit no more. Like, man, that shit, like, you try to go back and do Sherlock Holmes 3. You know what I'm saying? You try to go back into that franchise. Like, who the fuck try to go see you play? Ain't nobody trying to see you play Sherlock Holmes, though. Like, he tried to recreate that shit because the fucking Iron Man shit is already fucking oversaturated. It's a new time. It's a new day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard for a motherfucking Aries to adapt to some shit like that if all you got is the same bag of tricks. Is like, hey, the old Hollywood, hey. Like, hey, it's me. Hey, what's up? Hey, Dynamite. Hey. You know, like that shit don't work no more. You see what I'm saying? You look like a fucking Pisces. Hold on, let me see this shit. Let me read these comments. So, y'all in here. Wow, I didn't even know y'all was in here. Yeah, they be finessing. Aries be trying to finesse. That shit, right. That's the word, nigga. The cap and finessing. They are finesse fucking kings. And that finessing don't work no more. Especially when you got too much new chaos and shit going on. Like, hold on, motherfucker, you ain't slick. Motherfucker, see what the fuck you doing, Joe. Oh my God, y'all going in on us, and I'm an Aries, cuss with Pisces. Yeah, you going through it. You definitely going through it. I would, man, I don't know what the fuck your life look like, but I'm sure it's very fucking interesting. You need some cameras following your ass around. All that, you could make a whole reality show right now, probably. Aries like psychological awareness of how they are. Come on, man, why, nigga, why? Come on, say this. Okay, Aries like psychological awareness of how they are being perceived in public. The first house naturally squares the 10th. And they, come on, man, stop. And they, first house naturally squares the 10th. They go off instinct and don't understand why people will question them. That is true. Kendall Joshua. Yes, you hit the nail on the motherfucking head. You hit the nail on the head. And then the thing too, man, like, you said that shit perfect. And then like, they don't understand why people question them, and they don't understand how they being perceived in public. Like, you should have put those sentences together. Cause like that's the key shit right there. Like, first, they don't understand, like you say, that shit square 10th house. So I'm saying, so like the actual Capricorn energy that's there, like, you know what I'm saying, like that'll right. I see that shit. It's like, okay, like, nah, like, it's too instinctual. It's too much instinct. It's too much like I call it front of the thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, hold on, Joe. Like, you about to take us over here to see some bloods, and you dressing all blue? Like, that type of shit. You be like, wait, hold on, Joe. You be sitting there kicking it with Batman. You know what I'm saying? And Aries just walk right in with a motherfucking Joker. You be like, wait, hold on, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Like, did you even? Like, yeah, what the fuck? You be like, Joe. Cause like these motherfuckers will come up with their own narrative, like whatever it is. Oh, it ain't that bad. It's this. It's this. It's like, Joe, it's not that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't give a fuck about what the actual narrative is. These are motherfuckers who will, under any circumstance, will change whatever the fuck the narrative is into their own beliefs, not beliefs, but into how they see it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, nah, Joe. Sometimes, like, you gotta tell the Aries, Joe, repeat after me. You know what I'm saying? And like, you'll say it, and it's like you'll realize you might end up having to say that shit 5 times before, and they still won't repeat. You're like, Joe, repeat after me. What you trying to control me? I ain't saying that shit. You're like, Joe, just repeat after me. This is the narrative. The sky is blue. No, fuck that. It's only blue because your eyes have a crystallization in them that's looking out. Your sky can be whatever fuck sky color you want. You be like, Joe, repeat after me. The sky is blue. See, now that's the part y'all I'm fucking mind control, and like y'all ain't gonna have me say that shit. I know what the fuck the sky. The sky is whatever the fuck I want it to be. You be like, Joe, repeat after me. The sky is blue. No, see, no. Like these motherfuckers will literally, whatever the narrative is, you could literally just be talking about the sky being blue. They gonna change the motherfucking narrative. You see what I'm saying? And that, like you say, motherfucker don't understand why somebody will question their ass after you observe motherfucker do that shit about 5-6 times. You be like, wait, hold on. You gonna start questioning everything that they're gonna do. Like, why the fuck you question everything I'm fucking doing? You think I'm stupid? Y'all motherfuckers think I'm stupid. Y'all motherfuckers trying to play me. Like, hold on, Joe. You the same motherfucker that just told me that the sky was fucking brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, the sky is look, well, look. Ain't it pink? Don't it turn purple sometimes? Okay. Don't the sky turn black? Okay. The sky can be whatever the fuck. Like, Joe, keep shit in the context of what the fuck it is we talking about. Like, the motherfuckers will literally take everything you're saying out of context and then make it seem like you the motherfucker taking the shit out of context. When like they literally live out on the fringes of what context is. And now that motherfucking 13 Zodiac then knocked their ass back into motherfucking 12th house, and then it's like, okay, wait, I actually got to understand what the context is. I actually have to pay attention to what people think. I actually have to think about what I'm gonna do before I act on it. Like, right, these motherfuckers is really struggling with that shit right now. These motherfuckers in mental ward facility, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Aries are the black sheep of the fire sign. Scorpio is the black sheep of the water. Virgo is the black sheep of the earth. Aquarius is the black sheep of the air. Facts. That is facts. That is fact. All facts. All facts. Yeah, Aries is definitely the black sheep of the fire because that's but that's not. That's a deserved title, and they're like, that's not like we think of Aquarius being the black sheep. That ain't deserved. Like Gemini, technically Gemini should be by all practical purposes. You think of shit Kanye do? You think of Tupac get his ass killed? You think of fucking Marilyn Monroe scandal his ass? You think about the shit Gemini fucking what's the chick name from King of Queens who exposed Scientology like the shit that they do? They are literally the black sheep. Like Aquarius, you say a lot of times we be trying to be team players. Like you know what I'm saying, but like we catch a bad rep. We like a lot of times it don't be just. Aries catch a barrier, it be just like you go down to Aries files when you start going down there, you be like, Joe, every one of these motherfuckers then caught a DUI. Every one of these motherfuckers then got into a fight with their coworker or their co-star or like they told their co-star. You go look at fucking Star Trek. Everybody on Star Trek hated motherfucking William Shatner. That motherfucking Aries. Everybody hated that motherfucker. I could just imagine what it was like dealing with him because like we hear that shit on the outside, thinking like Hollywood shit. Like no, you think about how weird some of that shit probably got. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't there to actually see how weird and the shit actually get when these motherfuckers get into that Aries mind and they start dictating around shit like that. Like, you actually, if the Aries actually in a position of power where they can dictate around motherfuckers, like, you have no idea how weird that shit probably got. You know what I'm saying? We probably have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So, like, a lot of times they deserve to have that black sheep stigma put on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They deserve that shit. Whereas, like, you know what I'm saying? Other signs may not. Like, Virgo deserve that shit too, I ain't gonna lie, as far as in the earth setting. They constantly on, like you think about Jada Pinkett shit like that. These motherfuckers are extremely toxic. Like you know what I'm saying? When we start something and we passionate, we got to see it through, fueled off pure anger and ego. Yeah, that ain't gonna work no more. That shit dead. I'm sure you starting to realize that shit now. You know what I'm saying? You better get on that 13 zone. Aries, y'all better get on that 13 zone. Everybody, you ain't gonna find too much content. I'm tired of telling you. This is pretty much the old. I'm like Pablo Escobar with this shit. And you ain't gonna find no 13. Motherfuckers still moving off that old system. That's why y'all motherfuckers out here running around. And they ain't gonna tell you. Cause they don't know either. They don't know your ass of Pisces. Like ain't no you go talk to India, that's what says you man, this Australia shit. This shit dead, yo. This shit dead. They still moving off an old ass system. You gonna sit down, they gonna tell you, oh yes, I see the solar eclipse, and you're coming to real life changes, and you're becoming more of an adult now, and you're looking at life in a whole. They not telling you it's because 13 zodiac on your neck, nigga. They not gonna tell you that part. That's why that shit dead. And you gonna be okay, I got it. And then as soon as you go, you gonna forget. No, that was an Aries reading, but you are a fucking Pisces now, motherfucker. You better start looking at the Pisces reading. Oh God. Oh God. It's like some some transgender shit. Like, no, you both of them motherfuckers, yo. Like Aries is like the new transgender of the motherfucking zodiac type shit. It's like, yo, y'all both of them motherfuckers. You a motherfucking Pisces, and mind you, Pisces already fucking bipolar. So y'all motherfuckers like tripolar. Y'all like tripolar. And when I say tripolar, I mean like y'all motherfuckers literally try anything. Like y'all motherfuckers try anything. And you give a fuck you up in a jail, mental institution, a motherfucking crack house. Like y'all don't give a fuck where y'all end up. You like, okay, I'm just gonna I'm gonna ride it out. like Jamie Foxx said when he took that PCP for the first time. He's like, I'm gonna ride it out. See what it do. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all think I'm roasting y'all or talking shit about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really trying to get y'all to shake up, you know what I'm saying, y'all normal way of thinking and shit. So I'm saying because it's a Saturn return coming around the corner in the next 3 years. Just as soon as you say, okay, I got it. 2026 go ahead, your Saturn return gonna be here, and then you're gonna be like, oh fuck. So now you walk around with a Pisces mind and an Aries Saturn return. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it confused. Well, when the next three went through in 2026 come around, and all these motherfucking videos and all this content start coming out talking about fucking Aries Saturn return, they're gonna totally disregard the fact that that shit is sitting up in 13 zodiac now. You know what I'm saying? So all that information they gonna give you is gonna be like putting a band-aid on a motherfucking hemorrhaging fucking artery. It's like just motherfuckers sitting there literally bleeding out. These motherfuckers like, oh yes, well, you have a Saturn return and here's your little band-aid. It's like, no, motherfucker, that shit is not gonna work in 2026 when this shit comes. You know what I'm saying? And like you understand, Aries naturally do for themselves. Y'all naturally want to do for yourself. So trying to walk in a Pisces shoes, you know what I'm saying, and do for other people is only gonna feed more insecurity. Like you know what I'm saying, because you're still an Aries. Like even though you're Pisces, you still in your mind, you still a motherfucking Aries. Like you know what I'm saying? So y'all literally cross between, like I said, it's like tripolar. Like you know what I'm saying, okay, well, maybe I am being a little too egotistical. Let me slow it down, try to buy some food, be helpful, clean up a little bit around it. Like you know what I'm saying? Y'all that only gonna work for about maybe about a week or two. That's about 2 weeks. You're like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of people don't appreciate none of this shit I'm doing. Fuck that, I'm gonna get on my own shit. And so it's like y'all literally switching back and forth between them high highs and them low lows. Like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I'm saying? The shit Pisces normally go through all the time. But now you got an Aries motherfucker going through that and still bouncing all the way back into a motherfucking full degree of Aries. You know what I'm saying? So that's like three motherfuckers like all fighting in one body. So you talking about the young and the restless, nigga, shit. Look no further. You know what I'm saying? I watched the Aries, you know what I'm saying? For sure y'all follow on the page, you know what I'm saying? I had Aries staying with me. You know what I'm saying? Jay Can, he stayed with me for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of the transition I watched him go through, you know what I'm saying? And the things that I tried to share with him, you know what I'm saying? I watched, it was only so much shit that I could do before I realized I was like, Joe, wait, hold on, this ain't me. Like, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, I was like, okay, wait, cool. I ain't tripping. Like, what tripping? Like, no, I ain't tripping. He going through a motherfucking transition. I can only do so much with. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking you want to see motherfucker doing it. Like what the other I seen a day or two ago, somebody sent me a video of Flight Boss, Dolo, the pilot man, in a hospital. Like he was in the back of an ambulance truck or some shit like that. He was like, I need everybody to pray for me right now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, that shit kind of fucked my head up. Like you saw, I was like, damn, like Aries is really going through it right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you want to see motherfucker do better. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta say it's only so much information out here of motherfuckers telling you what it actually is. Like you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna tell you about 13 Zodiac. And like even the motherfuckers that's hearing, like if you hear me talk, it ain't a lot of people on this feed. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people come on here under the Water Bear Act, they be like, oh shit, I can go on his page and get all the information because ain't a lot of people watching it. And I can like capitalize on it and spin it my way. And ain't nobody gonna know. Like you said, I'll be the only one that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, basically monopolize this motherfucking information. And like that's what you don't know is that like motherfucker like me, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck about numbers. I don't give a fuck about y'all giving me no money. I don't come on here and ask y'all to give me money. I don't ask for y'all. I'll ask for y'all the shit. I don't even ask y'all to watch the video. Like, you know what I'm saying? I come on here, like, I do this shit for me. I tell y'all this shit all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, when you have that whole, and you gotta say, like, unless you're approaching your channel kind of the same way I approach my channel, like, if you're approaching with some type of end goal, or you're gonna try to monetize your channel all the time, I'm trying to tell you, ain't none of this shit gonna work. All this shit gonna fucking backfire. And this is the Aries mind, and, like, literally trying to, what they call, blow up. Like, I'm gonna blow up on YouTube. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not on YouTube trying to blow up on YouTube. Like, it's obvious. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I be on here half the time, you know what I'm saying? Blowed as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Fucking weed smoking around. You got a line up, my hair all fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But, like, just like Aries on the entertainment act, be trying to figure out how to take some information like this and run it in a motherfucking way that they can blow up. And that what I'm trying to explain to you, there's no such thing as blowing up anymore. And then like literally everything is run off numbers and algorithms. If you blow up right now, it's not by random. You know, you're definitely not gonna blow up being a fucking spiritual rapper. You know what I'm saying, in 2023. That shit has never worked, and it's definitely not about to start working right now. And if you're thinking that like, okay, the shift right now is gonna bring in some type of, it's not. Actually, the music is getting worse. Motherfuckers are getting dumber. The music is getting fucking goofier to the point motherfuckers ain't even listen to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all the people out here trying to build their own lane and get a whole bunch of big fan base and shit like that, you have to understand that like even me, like I've learned in YouTube algorithms, like a lot of times I don't go live for months. Like I might not go live for like a month or two. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll come back on here and like you may be like 5, maybe 6 people on the motherfucking feed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm still just gonna put the content out and not give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I've learned that like other people who run channels like that, they would never do no shit like that because they don't realize well like certain people realize like, okay, I gotta put out content damn near every day and constantly like stay in these motherfuckers' feed because people gonna forget about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And like that's the one thing like Aries do not like it'll fuck with motherfuckers not. I would say like not give them attention, but just like forget about their ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, if you're not constantly putting out content every fucking day, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will forget. Like if I died, like a lot of times I think about this show, I'm like a lot. I'll be like, man, if I died, like it'll take motherfuckers like it'll take y'all probably like a year before y'all even knew I was fucking dead. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like I'm fully aware, like most people, y'all don't really give a fuck about me as much as like social media make people think that shit give. Like social media have motherfuckers like it go to people's head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you be like, oh shit, I got 1,000 people on the feed. Oh shit, I got 2,000 people on the feed. It's like, Joe, let a week go by. These motherfuckers will forget your ass even alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been hella YouTubers, hella pages that I follow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you find out, like, Sinful the P died. Mind you, Sinful the P, I don't know if you know, God bless the dead. You know what I'm saying? Sinful the P, he died recently. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, like, he was dead for about maybe like a month before I even found that shit out. I was like, oh, shit. Like, I ain't even know this shit. Like, and mind you, I wasn't going back to check on his channel and shit like that. Like, he was putting out content, like, damn near every day for a while, too. And, like, I wasn't, like, I followed it a little bit, but then, like, after a while, like, I would see it pop up on my phone. I'd be like, oh, shit, P line. Oh, shit, okay. So I had no idea this nigga was about to die. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, this nigga is kind of going hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason with saying shit. I don't really fuck with YouTube like that either. Like, I didn't see, like, motherfuckers be going hard like that. They be getting strokes, back pain, neck pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like, look at Pearl. What's her name? Just Pearly things. Little white girl who be talking about all the relationship shit. Like, she going through it right now. She going through it. Cause she interviewed a couple crazy motherfuckers and like they trying to, I don't know, ostracize her or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I like about maybe a week ago, man, she turned on her feed one night. She sat down in front of her motherfucking cameras and she had a cup of coffee. Her hair was all fucked. Like, she looked fucked up. I was like, damn. Like I ain't saying like she was ugly. I'm saying like she looked sick. Like she looked unhealthy. And like I can see like the YouTube and like social media and all that shit, like it when it start going to people's heads and they start thinking that like they fans or they followers really give a fuck about them and all that type of shit, like that's when it's a growth phase. It's like a maturity process. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like I'm talking about YouTubers, but I'm really talking about Aries, like in the Aries mind of things. And then like when they chasing a dream in order to blow up per se, like they don't really understand what blowing up really is. Like when you blow up, it's damn near like a death sentence if you're not fully mature and fully they got the right morals to really hold the weight of what it is that you trying to bring in. Like you know what I'm saying? If you cardinal and you got a childlike mind and you trying to harness energy, you got to maintain that shit. Like you can't just be attracting energy and still be cardinal out here trying to attract energy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, at some point you got to hold and harness and be able to withhold the energy that you bringing in. But if it's constantly shifting and trying to find the next fucking lick or the next hustle or the next jacket or the next shoes or the next star type quality, you see what I'm saying? And try to move and shift through the fucking universe with no real foundation. In these times, that shit don't work no more. You're going to end up homeless, in a mental institution, toothless, you know what I'm saying? Shoeless, living in your car. You know what I'm saying? And like, mind you, a lot of Aries is cool with this. Like, I lived like this for a while. You gotta say, I lived like that. I lived out of my van for a while. You know what I'm saying? And I loved it. And I was traveling around. I got to travel and see the world, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, I started getting older. I started seeing gray come in motherfucking bed and shit. I was like, man, hold on. Like, I need a foundation. You see what I'm saying? And when I look at Aries foundation, like that's why I love Taurus so much. Taurus give you that reference of that foundation. Like fuck all that hype, fuck all that running around shit. Like what the fuck your crib look like? You see what I'm saying? When you go home and take off that fucking $200, $300 jacket you got on, you gonna hang that motherfucker up like you know what I'm saying? Like this, is it gonna be hung up like that, or you throwing that motherfucker on the floor? You know what I'm saying? And jumping your ass in the bed with your clothes on. You know what I'm saying? When you gotta eat some food, you run into McDonald's or fast food all the time, or you got a refrigerator full of food that you can make and put your own ingredients in it, like how you want. Like you know what I'm saying? Or you too impulsive, you gotta run your ass out to motherfucking Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? Or motherfucking Dunkin' Donuts or motherfucking you know, the little fast food spot, Subway or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, call it healthy eating. A lot of areas too impulsive. You know what I'm saying? To really like I said, harness the energy that they trying to draw in. Now the thing about Pisces is that Pisces is deep enough to actually um carry their friends, like not I'm gonna say it like that, but like to have Aries is I mean Pisces is at least cool enough to like have them deeper relationships that Aries need. Like you know what I'm saying? And they're like kicking it right now. Like you trying to kick it, like that's like a luxury right now. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you really gotta have some type of purpose behind what the fuck it is you're doing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers right now, like especially with Pluto and Aquarius, motherfuckers is constantly looking at the clock. Man, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Oh shit, I only got so much time. Joe, I only got like 10, 15 minutes to do. Like constantly looking at the time. Like you know what I'm saying? So if you ain't got no purpose behind the shit that you kicking, motherfuckers will for a very short amount of time string you along. Like, oh yeah, that's cool, yeah, right. Social integrity, I talk about a lot. Saying, but then eventually motherfucker gonna hang up the phone on you, right? Like you know what I'm saying, and get back to what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got some real type of purpose or something that you bring in into their life. Like you know what I'm saying? There's too much stress. There's too much negative shit going on in the world right now. Like you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers need somebody right now. Motherfuckers need somebody to understand them right now, not just be giving fake enthusiasm. Like that's the thing about Aries, man. Like y'all, the motherfuckers give so much enthusiasm, you be thinking that shit real. Like you think motherfuckers really be listening to what the fuck you think really listening to what you be talking about, but they don't. Like the enthusiasm, like that shit'll throw you off. Like you know what I'm saying? So you know, I don't know, man. Maybe Aries might be good at that. You know what I'm saying? That might be some of your advantage. You know what I'm saying? That you could use, like your enthusiasm for things. Oh yeah, that's cool. Wow, social integrity and shit like that. Like I say, that shit only work right now. You got about 15 minutes for that shit go. Oh, like you see what I'm saying? It's gonna be real hard, man. It's gonna be real hard if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Especially for the people who don't know. Like if you got an Aries family who ain't into spirituality and shit like that, and they run around kicking all that matrix shit. You know what I'm saying? That fake woke shit right now. Like the matrix shit basically sound like fake wokeness right now. You see what I'm saying? So you got a lot of motherfuckers. Oh no, I gotta call you back. I gotta call you back. I gotta hit you back. You got a lot of motherfuckers running around acting like they woke. A lot of motherfuckers is Aries. You know what I'm saying? So you got like this fake woke shit right around. You see what I'm saying? So that's gonna work for about another 3 years. So like you know what I'm saying? Like if you're Aries right now, you know what I'm saying, you going through it, yeah, you better keep faking it like you woke. You know what I'm saying? Because when 2026 hit, you better be glad you heard this. You better start thinking now about 20. You better like play this Pisces return like it's an Aries return right now. Start doing it because like by the time your return get here, you'll be straight. You'll be out like Martin Lawrence, getting the motherfucking Hollywood star fame, like what he going through right now. So I'm saying like you better get on your shit right now. So I'm saying you figure y'all got about 6 years of a Saturn return. Like y'all Saturn return actually really, you technically think about it, it began, you know, when this one ended on what was it, March 20th, 23rd, I think it was. You know, when the Pisces Saturn return began, that was really, you know what I'm saying? That's not, That's the Pisces, yeah, but it's also the Aries too. You know what I'm saying? So y'all motherfuckers better pay attention. Y'all going technically through a Saturn return too. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you pay attention to detail. So like in another 3 years, so I'm saying you go through your Saturn return now, you won't be going through it when the actual Aries, who be Taurus, is going through that. It makes you be ahead of the curve. I hope that makes sense. So on that note, yeah, I guess somebody calling, I gotta call him back. You know what I'm saying? But man, hold on, man, I ain't even addressed the comments. I gotta stop doing that shit. I gotta stop doing that shit. I gotta stop doing that shit. I be high. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be blown. I be getting zoned. I got thoughts, neurons be moving through my head. I be forgetting about the comments. Oh shit! Hold on, don't do that. Don't do. It's gonna do it. Hold on, let me do like this. Okay, that kind of works. All right. See, it's still doing it. Is it doing it? I think we good. All right, let's see. Yes, rest in peace, Simple to P. So I'm saying, uh, Aries and Pisces do be couples. Oh yeah, that should be. Sometimes it work, but when it don't work, that should be toxic as fuck. Be toxic. I done seen a lot of Pisces, Aries, be toxic as fuck. Um, yeah, you see what it is. All right, yeah. So yeah. On that note, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Make sure you check out the other videos if you ain't seen them. You know what I'm saying? Go back, check out my other videos. There's some pretty dope shit on there too. You know what I'm saying? What is a sin sign? I have no idea what that is. Unless you're talking about math, which is sign, which is a whole different topic. You know, it's a different video. So come back to the next video. I answer your question. What is a sinful sign? Subscribe, click the notification bell. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the next video, come in here and ask me a question again. I answer your question first time. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you're in here on the next live. Probably be tomorrow. If it ain't tomorrow, it's definitely gonna be on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Sin for the P. Oh, Sin for the P was a Taurus. You know what I'm saying? Sin for the P was a Taurus. Taurus verse. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get out of here. Love y'all. 100. You diggy dig 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 dig. You dig.